This is Batman. Security level Omega. Password Delta Charlie-27-5-1939. Enable new protocol. Title: Agamemno Contingency. Should any of the core members of the League turn rogue, we need to have plans in place to handle each and every one of us should we become a threat. The members of the League are my teammates, but we need to be prepared for the worst. Always. Agamemno Contingency, file codename Last Son. If Superman ever becomes a threat to the planet, the following protocols will need to be enacted to ensure our survival. The sample of green kryptonite in Vault 7B, provided by Superman himself, will incapacitate him with brief exposure, and prolonged exposure would, in all probability, be fatal. Portions of this kryptonite under exposure to radiation created a variation of kryptonite that is red in color. Side effects of this type of kryptonite are unknown. Further testing is required. Agamemno Contingency, file codename Red Sands. Jean Johns, the manhunter from Mars, is the heart and soul of the Justice League. However, his strength and speed make him a formidable opponent should he ever turn against us. His vulnerability to fire would be hard to exploit in a defensive position. However, research suggests that a nanite virus spiked with magnesium would cause his skin to combust in contact with the air, neutralizing him as a threat. Must investigate further. Agamemno Contingency, file codename 2814. The ring of a Green Lantern is the most powerful weapon in the universe, limited only by the imagination of the bearer. The ring cannot be separated from the wielder except in the event of their death, and the ring's natural defenses prevent direct attack. But in order to use the ring, the core member needs to be able to see what they are doing. While an attack on the eyes would be ill-advised due to the defenses of the ring, see Table 38B for full offensive lists and their attendant probabilities of success. Research indicates that a post-hypnotic suggestion could be planted into the Green Lantern's psyche, causing them to believe themselves blind. The ring would then make them blind, enforced by their own willpower. Must test out this theory on Guy Gardner. Agamemno Contingency, file codename Olympus. Diana is a good friend, which is just one reason it would be difficult to face her in combat should she turn against the League. It's not a thought I relish. But if it must be done, the following strategy could be useful. If she could be convinced that she is fighting an equal, she could then theoretically be trapped in an unending cycle of combat against a phantom opponent. Must investigate feasibility of neural virtual reality technology. Agamemno Contingency, file codename Polymer. Plastic Man, a unique opponent. Every molecule of his body is under his command, and he can make himself into anything he imagines. We're lucky that he's on our side, and that he's more concerned with being comic relief than anything else. But should he turn, freezing him with liquid nitrogen or some other agent is the best emergency response I've been able to identify. After that, it's just a question of storage. Agamemno Contingency, Notes section. Basic counters to other JLA members require further research. Flash, paralysis. Green Arrow, immobilize one of his arms. Zatanna, trachea trauma. A well-timed blow would easily do the trick. Red Tornado, EMP. Firestorm, Phantom Zone. Lack of raw materials should nullify his powers. Aquaman, hydrophobia. Investigate modification of Scarecrow's fear toxin. Black Canary. Tear gas, if administered quickly enough, should cut off her ability to speak and scream. Alternatively, I have recordings of her scream, which, if played back at equal intensity, can cancel out the sound waves. If these contingency plans are discovered in the wake of my being incapacitated, please understand, this had to be done for each of us. Which brings us to Agamemno Contingency, codename Detective. While Batman is a master strategist and combatant, he is only human. The best way to disable his strategic abilities would be to distract him. His parents are an excellent blind spot, as is his endless crusade to protect the innocent. Taking hostages is a good distraction, particularly if they're friends or family.
Think carefully before you do this.
We're going to talk about where they did make an animated version similar to this movie. We're going to review and break down Justice League Doom, and we're going to do it really fast because we are running really out of time.
Yes. Sorry, this is a long episode.
Cool concept, Vandal Savage. Kind of weird choice in villain. Why they wouldn't keep to the system of Ra's al Ghul like in the comic, I don't know. But I did like that they improved the Green Lantern's effect. That made more sense to me. Wonder Woman's I thought was kind of stupid that she just keep fighting. It's like just fucking listen, realize that you're punching basically meat bags.
My gosh, yeah.
I mean, you're obviously not punching the real Cheetah because she's just running right at you.
Right.
So that was a little stupid. Superman though, getting just pretty much plopped with this kryptonite bullet.
Yeah. Got his shit wrecked.
Yeah, and I mean, not only did he get shot
by Metallo,
but metal kryptonite bullet, kryptonite heart.
Yeah,
just fucking. Yep. And that was kind of funny. I loved how they gave everybody a one-liner. They gave all the villains like some one-liners and shit. It's like Bane. It's like when I fought Batman, I broke the bat. Now I'm going to break the man, and he just beats the fuck out of him.
I like the fact that a lot of the villains were kind of like secondary. You know, you got Metallo, you got Bane, Star Sapphire, Cheetah, Malafalak, I think.
I don't even know who that is. Yeah, apparently bad Martian man.
Yeah, yeah, he looks almost just like Martian Manhunter, so yeah. Exactly, there we go.
I'm going with it now. I've stopped fighting it.
Perfect. Another thing that I liked is the casting in this. You got Kevin Conroy as Batman from Batman the Animated Series, Tim Daly as Superman from Superman the Animated Series. You got Michael Rosenbaum as Flash, which, for those who don't know, he played Lex Luthor on Smallville. So, you know, kind of incorporating, but I thought he did a fantastic job as Flash. Fit right in. And then, if you know who he is, Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern.
And he did Emerald Knights as well. He was the voice of Green Lantern in Emerald Knights as well.
Okay.
I like his, Green Lantern, but, the one that did it in the original Green Lantern First Flight, I forgot his name. But the other guy, I like him a little bit better. And he also, I like him a little bit better. But Nathan Fillion always worked. I always heard people talk about Nathan Fillion possibly playing Green Lantern. They want him to play everything. I hear him fan casted for Nova, for MCU. He's fan casted for fucking everything.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool. You also, there's some lesser known villains. Starts out with a Royal Flush Gang. You have Mirror Master who breaks into the Batcave. Yeah. And you find out that that whole Royal Flush Gang thing at the very beginning was
experiment.
Yeah, and just a setup, so that Mirror Master could, I guess, put himself in fucking the rearview mirror. Yeah, of the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Because it's got that.
Why?
So
you need to see out the Batcave when you're backing out.
Yeah, well, it doesn't even have a back window.
could you just imagine with his hand on the wheel and his arm around the seat and looking back at the
that'd be fantastic.
Rearview mirror? You know, you got to make sure he checks before he passes someone. Why the fuck is there a rearview mirror in the Batmobile? It makes no fucking sense. I know.
Yeah, it's just.
It made me laugh when I really originally saw that. I was just like, what?
There's some points
because he adjusted. He's like,
right, he does. Well, and then Mirror Man, like scares the shit out of him. He's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt style.
So I thought there definitely is some parts in this. It's an animated movie, so I give it a lot more leeway.
Whatever. It's an hour and 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, something like that. It jumps right into it, and then it's go all the way till the end.
Yeah, that's what she said.
As I kind of touched on, Lex Luthor was basically the brains behind this, but Lex Luthor isn't really in the movie.
Yeah, the tech comes from Lex Luthor.
Yeah, so Luthor Corp, and you can assume Lex Luthor. But how did he know that all the weaknesses that Batman was gonna have all their weaknesses that you don't really know? I guess they're just cutting it down. It's on the cutting room floor. And then, what's this? Vandal Savage? Yeah, Vandal Savage, basically buys the tech from LexCorp, and that's how he gets all this information. Then he recruits all these villains, and, to kind of, simultaneously attack all the superheroes. So it's very similar to the Justice League Mortal script. Yeah. And has some cool concepts. I recommend it.
It's close to the Tower of Babel one. Different people. Aquaman is in that one. He's not in this one. Kyle Rayner is the Green Lantern in the Tower of Babel, and it's Ra's al Ghul that ultimately starts the whole process to do something similar to basically wipe out a huge population, take them over, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So it's pretty close. I've read the Tower of Babel, but I read it a long time ago, so I barely remember any of it. But yeah, it all works out. I kind of like this idea that Batman just has all these contingency plans to take out everybody. Cyborg is that ace in the hole, the unknown thing that kind of saves this for some people. It's a cool story. I like it. I just don't know if Vandal Savage worked. I guess it makes sense because he's able to accumulate this wealth.
Yeah.
But I've just never taken, I guess that's what he does.
His backstory was kind of weird.
Caveman next to a glowing rock.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, sleeps next to a glowing rock. Now he's immortal. And then even though he's immortal, they put him in prison.
Yeah.
So forever. Like that was
got a life sentence.
End. Yeah.
With no eligibility for parole.
Yeah.
They make sure they emphasize that.
I know.
They got a lot of one-liners in this thing. There's a lot of one-liners. So let's give a score for this one. Short and sweet here. We're not going too long because it's already fucking 10-something at night.
Yeah. For us, I'm gonna go. I liked Justice League War better, so I'm gonna probably go like 3.4 on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay.
3 out of 5. There's just it's really fast paced, and I guess you're just supposed to accept that everybody's there, and just there wasn't much of a. It wasn't much of a team thing. I really love the improvement though on the Green Lantern aspect, that he was doused with some fear toxin from the Scarecrow.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And it basically fear is the weakness to will.
Right.
And so it made more sense than they did with Tower of Babel and that Justice League Mortal script where they just made him blind.
Yeah, they have some cool parts. They have some cool dialogue, as you said. There's some one-liners. One of my favorite things was, when I think his Superman was bitching at Batman. You have all these contingency plans on all of us. Well, what was the one on you? And he goes, it's called the Justice League or something like that.
Yeah, no,
because he's basically similar to the Justice League Mortals. He's basically conceding and saying, look, I'm just a fucking human.
I'm just an idiot that gets my ass whooped throughout most of the fucking thing.
Yeah, basically. So it was pretty cool. There's some decent dialogue in this, as well. But yeah, it wasn't like this, holy shit, I'm gonna watch this a bunch of times, type animated movie.
Legion of Doom makes an appearance. So we get like the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
No, what a rush.
All right.
And on that note.
Yeah. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page. We're at 72 subscribers, the same as last week. So we lost our weekly one.
Anyone?
It's going back down.
Crickets, yeah.
So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to that. Check that out. Check our YouTube out. We're giving a little bit more to it, adding a tidbit more every once in a while to it to give that little more than just our voices.
Yep, exactly. And you can check us out on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram has kind of come to a screeching halt, but 2,122 followers, I believe.
Yeah, we were higher, then we went lower.
Yeah.
Because we're not posting
kind of goes up and down. Yep. It's, basically. And not posting clickbait. That's the key.
Yep.
We have our dignity.
Sort of. Maybe laziness, but we can call it dignity for now. Make sure you check us out on iTunes and Google Play Store. Type in Podcast Republic, a place comic movie marks podcast. Make sure you review us on iTunes. And we you heard our review in the intro.
Yeah.
That you were going to have to read.
Yes, you did, or you will.
Please leave us a review. Let us know what else you want to hear. We got some fucking suggestions. We're going to probably get into them sooner or later, but let us know. In case I don't see you.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.